Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I have a quick story for you today. This is a good one. It is about Colonel Sanders and KFC and Kentucky Fried Chicken. But before I get into that story, welcome to Unlocking Excellence. I am your host, Coach Eric Schwefel. I hope you're ready for what we got going on today. But before we get it started, look, if you don't already subscribe to the podcast, go ahead, hit that subscribe, hit that follow. If you find value in this or you have found value in this in the past, I would be so excited if you shared this thing out, if you tagged us in it, if you shared it with somebody. And if you want to leave how it affected you, that's great. If you just want to share it out, that's great too. We really appreciate that. So without further ado, let's get into the story. It's one of my favorite to tell. It's Colonel Sanders and Kentucky Fried Chicken. So I don't know if you knew this story, but it wasn't like Colonel Sanders was 20-something years old when he decided that he wanted to create Kentucky Fried Chicken. No, this guy, I'll tell you the story. So once there was an older man who was broke, living in a tiny house, and owned a beat-up car. He was living off of $99 Social Security checks, and at 65 years of age, he decided things had to change. So he thought about what he had to offer, and he thought long and he thought hard about this, right? And then he came to the conclusion that his friends always raved about his chicken recipe. So he decided that was his best shot at making a change and making some change, right? Now think about this. This was a different time, of course, right? This was way back in the mid-1900s where $99 was, I wouldn't say that it was enough, but by no means was it enough, but it met his means of what he needed, right? But he was tired. So he left Kentucky and he traveled to different states to sell his recipe. He told restaurant owners that he had a mouth-watering chicken recipe that nobody had ever tasted before. He offered the recipe to them for free just for a small percentage of the items sold. Sounds like a good deal, right? I mean, you get the recipe, he gets a little bit of a percentage, you're making most of the money. Unfortunately, not to most of the restaurants. He heard no over 1,000 times. Colonel Sanders with Kentucky Fried Chicken, the international business that makes probably billions, right? I know multi-millions, over billions of dollars per year, was told no over 1,000 times. Even after all of those rejections, Colonel Sanders didn't give up. He believed his chicken recipe was something special, and he got rejected a total of 1,009 times before he heard his first yes. With that one success, Colonel Heartland Sanders changed the way that American ate chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, popularly known as KFC, was born. So y'all, always remember, never give up and always believe in yourself despite rejection. There are tons of stories like this, right? You see Lincoln Park, you see Oprah, you see Walt Disney, you see Kyle Maynard. You can see all these different athletes, all these different actors. So many different business owners have come to the point, investors have come to the point of adversity where they thought, there's no way that this cannot go out into the world, and they kept going despite the rejections. The rejections gave them exactly what they needed in order to continue to keep moving forward. It gave them the resolve. It gave them the resilience. It gave them the strength. It gave them the ability to bounce back, to improve, to improvise, to innovate, and to see how things can change. How can I be better? How can I effectively communicate more? What does my message need? Who is it that I need to talk to? When do I need to talk to them? All these failures will teach you exactly what you need to succeed. It is giving you the opportunity. Failures are giving you the opportunity to try again. Feedback. Failure is feedback. That's all it is. And when you choose to see it that way, you will never fail. You will never stop learning, and you will never stop growing. It takes a mindset to get through this, y'all. It takes a growth mindset to get through this. Totally 100%. It's in your head first, and you've got to have that strength and that resolve in order to move forward, in order to believe that what you have is worth giving, and what you have is worth putting out there, and what you have is worth value to people, right? He knew that this was going to change the world, and it did. So with that being said, y'all, take a lesson, persevere like our main man, Colonel Sanders. And again, if you enjoyed this, please go ahead and share it out. I love you, and I hope I get the chance to share this with more people. Have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Peace.